Hi folks, this is Leslie here. I've been out bargain hunting and some of it at the thrift store here, and some of it of course was on the internet. And one thing that I found on the internet that I really like, now you know I love my Mora knives, and I have got like maybe 5 of them, and they're super inexpensive. They cost like, the most expensive one I had is a bushcraft, and it was probably $45, but most of mine cost $12 to $15, and they're great. Now I get some things from a company called CH Cables, and they have occasionally got some really good things on their website, and just about the best deal on their website is this little knife. And I'll show you what the size of it is next to the Mora, okay? It's almost as big as the Mora Companion, not quite close. I guess the blade really is about the same length, but the grip is not quite as long. But this little knife is called a Wahoo killer. I think it's for fishing maybe, but it comes pretty sharp. You know, it's not, of course it's not, you know, it's not a Scandi grind, and it's not a, you know, fancy knife, but you definitely could make a feather stick with it and do a lot of things around camp. So I think it would make a decent little bushcraft knife. Now when I take something really hard, like this piece of fat wood that I got from Howard, Cabot Bluegill, and this stuff is hard, and it has to work a little bit on that one, but I think any knife would, because this stuff is really hard. But I've never before in my life abused a knife, but I decided to abuse this one. It's looks like it's about maybe just under an 1/8 of an inch blade. Yeah, just slightly under. Probably like 3/32 blade. And I took this one and I batoned with it like crazy. I mean, I beat this knife up. Now, it is not as sharp as it was, because I used it for batoning through sideways as well as splitting batoning with it. I beat the handle, I beat the blade, and it's filthy because it's got all kinds of gum and tree sap and what have you from batoning through some really hard fat wood knots. And I beat it up, I really did. And I don't know what kind of tang it has in it. I drilled some holes in it up to about here, and so far I haven't found the tang. Maybe it doesn't have one, I don't know. But it's, the thing that I guess I need to tell you about this knife, like I said, this one is mine for abusing, and you know how stingy I am with money. Therefore, hopefully, you have already figured out that this knife didn't cost much. This knife is $2, $1.99 at CH Cables, and they've had them on their website for months. So I don't know if it's a clearance item. If it is, they got a bunch of them, because I went back and bought 5 more of them. That gives you an idea of how inexpensive they are and how much I like them. I think they're the kind of thing that you could have in any vehicle. I still can't tell if there's a tang in this or where it starts. I'm probably going to have to saw the end off. It's got a rubberized handle, but it's on top of a really hard plastic. So I just don't know. Don't know what kind of tang it's got in it, but I thought I could just carve this right off and see. But so far, like I said, down to here, I haven't found any metal in it. So it's a very cool little knife, and it costs $2. $2. and called the Wahoo Killer. $2 knife, CH Cables online, and like I said, don't know where the tang is, but I'll keep drilling holes in it until I find out. All right. Okay. Now, another thing I got from Cables, which is really, really, really neat, is it's not Czechoslovakian, Serbian maybe, mess kit. And it most recently was maybe $10, something like that. But it's really great. Now, they're military issue, and they're used military issue, okay? They got a good bit of wear on the little olive drab bag it comes in, but this is an awesome little mess kit. Comes with its own fork, knife, and spoon set, and this has fork and a spoon, big spoon, medium-sized fork, and the knife is kind of cool because the knife is not sharp. It's a regular butter knife. It's got a little bit of serration right there, but it's got, let me get you in here a little closer. You know, my camera doesn't do close-ups well, so I can only get so close. But it's got a bottle opener right there, and a can opener right there, and then everything else just slips inside it. So that's very cool. I like this a lot. So, and that goes in a little side pouch here. All right, now the rest of it is also really neat. It's plastic, and since whatever language it is, I can't read it. I don't know what it means, but what you do is you just take this little handle and pop it to the side. If I can. It's a problem with videos. Alright, so what you've got in here is a very snug, large bowl to eat from. And it's also got a little thing on the side here that apparently you can put a handle in. It's got a small bowl, or I suppose that could be a drinking cup. And it's got a really good sized canteen here, plastic. And like I said, these are clean, used condition. I have had people say that they had to clean theirs up a little. I don't know, maybe they're more fastidious than me, or maybe they really did come dirty. But these are really nice. And like I said, last time I looked, they were on sale for about $9.95 or something. I may have paid $12 for mine when I got it. And then, of course, the other part is the cooking pot. And it's I think aluminum. It's heavy. It is enameled on the outside, and it's got a handle on it. I think it's a really neat mess kit, and I'm looking forward to using it next time I need to cook when I'm camping. So check that out. If you were in the market for a kind of a unique and really cool mess kit, I think this would be a good one. So got that. Got this little lid here. And of course, if you wanted to, probably if you wanted to take the canteen out, you could put stuff like food in there too. But there it is. It's compact. It's cheap. Got a good pot with a handle. And its own little bag. It just has belt loops on the back. But definitely serviceable and a good deal from CH Cable. And if I can remember what army, I think it's Serbian, but there it is, a used, swell, really neat mess kit. Forgot to put the fork, knife, and spoon back in. I better do that. Alright, so that's one of the things I've gotten lately that I think is really cool. Now today, I went to the thrift store and I got a good old high carbon steel knife. Looks like it could have been some kind of old hickory style. It has been sharpened almost to, well, almost gone. However, I still think that I can make a pretty nice little camp knife out of this. It's got a full tang, goes all the way through. The handle's pretty, it's pretty messed up. So I'll probably take it off, maybe use the wood for something else. 50 cents at the thrift store, and big spender. I got this one also, and this one's in like perfect condition, you know, and it also was 50 cents at the thrift store. I think I must have gotten there right about the time it came in. It's probably got about a, you know, that may be a 9-inch blade, maybe 8-9 inch. So I like it. That's nice. I'm gonna probably use that one in the kitchen. Okay, so another thing I got for a quarter, a tin. It's a pretty big one. I'm going to make a flint and steel, tinder, probably char pump kit out of that. And I got a 49-cent water bottle, and it's, you know, all metal. So that's pretty nice. Got that. I'm always looking for these. Figure you can't have too many of those around. Okay, so that's kind of what I got today as far as my scavengings at the thrift store. Alright, let's see if I got anything else here. Okay, another thing that I got recently, and this also came, I've gotten a lot of things from Cadle's. The mess kit came from Cadle's. The Wahoo killer comes from Cadle's. And I got another thing. I really, really love machetes and kukris and things like that, and I'm always looking for one that's really small enough for me. And I've looked at them over the years, and other than this landscape kukri style machete that I got not too long ago for about $30, I haven't ever actually gotten one of the more authentic types. I want to make one, but it's kind of low on my list of projects right now. So Cadle's had one that they said, oh, you know, backed by popular demand, we've got this Kukri. And it's one of the authentic ones from over there. So, I do notice that the blade does say, has etched in the base of the blade, it does say India. So, it's semi-authentic, although I think they actually come from, I don't know, aren't the Gurkhas from Nepal? I don't know. Maybe they are Indian. Don't know. So, this was on sale at Cadle's for $19.95. I thought, okay, it said it had a 1/4 inch blade, and the blade itself is, let me grab something to sort of measure with here. And it's got the traditional 2 small blades in it. Okay, get you in a little bit closer. Okay, so it's got the traditional 2 small blades in with it. It's got the traditionally shaped grip on it. And it does indeed have, well, that's probably more than a 1/4 inch there, that tang. Actually, I'm going to stop because I want to go get something to measure this with. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'll be back slower than it's going to seem for you. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Now, it says it's an all leather sheath. There's the blade. Okay. And, but it says the sheath is all leather. And that does seem to be the case. This part slides off. And it's got this really heavy ridge in it that keeps it from sliding through that hanger. Alright? It does look, I've looked down here with a flashlight, it does look like it is indeed leather, but I think it may be ground and bonded leather. It's It's got some thin leather stretched over the outside and stitched up the back. Brass tip on it. And when I look down in here, like I said, it may be actual leather. It's pretty thick. Let's see if you can see that at all. There you go. I think you can see that. So you can see it's pretty thick. And when I look down there with a flashlight, it does look as if it is leather. But like I said, it could be just ground up and bonded leather. It's hard to say because you can't really tell because it's got this thin leather stitched over the stretched and stitched over the outside. I do know that when I look down here with a flashlight, I can see that the thing that keeps the kukri from sliding out is to about here. There is a piece of regular corrugated cardboard stuck in there, and that makes it fit nice and tight. I'll leave it for now. If it becomes a hassle, it's coming out of there. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm going to put the kukri itself aside for a moment. I do have some photos that I've taken that may be able to show you this a little better, but the two little ceremonial knives that come with it are basically some metal that's been cut out with tin snips and had two little stubby traditional pieces of wood stuck on the end of them. So we're talking here something that is very crude. It was, they didn't even bother. They kind of maybe hit it with a little sanding, but not enough to even smooth them out. These are pretty useless. I'll probably think of something to use them for, but what that's going to be, I don't know. But I know that as knives, they have no edge on them. Like I said, basically, these are two little blades that were cut out with tin snips, because you can see where the snips, you know how they make the little burrs on the edge, little sharp burrs. I don't think those are going to show up in the photo, but there's one there. Let's see, and there's one there, and the end's been snipped off there, and this has just been kind of just sort of rough sanded. These are useless, okay? These aren't any good. So, but the cool thing is there are two little slots here in the scabbard that are going to be a great place to put a flint and steel, a fire steel, and a striker. Okay, so that's what I'll actually use that for. Now, when I looked at the video online, they showed somebody taking this and get out a little bit more there. Taking this and chopping through a concrete block, and then they chopped through the concrete block again. Well, I was semi-impressed, because you know what? If you look here, that is indeed a thick and sturdy blade, okay? Well, the reason they showed him chopping a concrete block was because he really couldn't chop anything else, because, let me see here. Alright, first I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to measure the blade, and it is, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's right at 12 inches long, the blade. So that's the blade size I wanted. However, there is, not only is it dull, it has no edge. I mean, it has no edge. The steel seems sturdy enough, but if I go all the way to this point, okay, the edge is flat on, and it is like about, see if I can figure it out. Looks like it's about a full 1/16 of an inch wide all the way down, a 1/16 of an inch wide, flat, all the way down the blade. The only place that it's sharp, it's a little narrower here and a little narrower here. I mean, right there at the base, it's like an 1/8 of an inch wide. But still, right here, we're talking a 1/16 of an inch flat The only place on this thing that is sharp is the very, very, very point. Now that's, you can probably damage somebody with that. The back of it is, it's kind of uneven. That is like, oh, that's about 3/16. Here, it's about, let's see, a little over 3/16. There's one spot on the grip where it actually is a 1/4 inch, and then it tapers back down again. So I'm not really sure what the manufacturing method is on this, but I'm looking at it and looking how rough it is down in this fuller here. That wasn't fullered with a fuller and a hammer. It kind of looks like it was cast in. So these things may be cast, and the grinding on the around the grip of the tang is really very superficial. Now the finish on the blade is nice. Nice finish on the blade, except that it looks rough cast down in what is supposed to be a fuller groove. So, don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to take me, since I don't have proper knife making sort of tools, it's going to take me a while to get this to the point where I can even chop with it. Alright? And the other thing I'll probably do, because it's so rough, and I know this is a traditional shape, I'm probably going to grind off a lot of this stuff. So anyway, so if you decide that you want to buy their authentic Kukri from C.H. Cadle's, do know that it's a good solid chunk of metal, but you will have to put an edge on it. And I'm talking about some serious work at putting an edge on it. You know, I may try just using my side grinder to do it. Maybe that will do it, but I'm not really good at being able to hold a bevel, so I may butcher it. But that's okay, because right now, all it's good for is chopping concrete blocks. So that's what I've done lately, and I will get this video up as soon as I can. I have missed making videos. It has been a long dry spell. I've had a very, 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 very busy spring. But hopefully I'll get back in the saddle now, and we'll get some things out to you on something like a consistent basis. I'm still having kind of technical issues with my cameras. Can't get close-ups. And even holding a still camera, you know, my hands shake, you know. So I'm working on that. I don't even have a still camera that does a good job of getting close-ups unless I go outside and use daylight, which I did today. So I'm going to try to get you some decent pictures of close-ups of these so you can kind of see that edge better. But you can see I'm not at all worried about being cut by it, okay? I mean, this is not a blade, okay? It's just a piece of metal. But we'll go from there. It's a pretty piece of metal, and see what we can make of it. See if we can make a real bushcraft tool out of it. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for visiting me here in East Tennessee, and I'll be getting back to you really soon. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't resist. I had to find out how much tang there was in this Wahoo killer, this little $2 knife that I batoned with. I beat on the handle. I did everything. I tried carving the handle off. Under high impact plastic in the dictionary, there should be a picture of this. I carved on it, couldn't carve through it. I used a little cheap hacksaw. I broke the hacksaw. I chopped. I chiseled. I finally, I drilled, and finally, I got the grip off, okay? I mean, it was tough. And it turns out that the grip itself is 4.5 inches long. That much of it, can you see? That much of it fits into the tang. We're talking 1 inch. So there it is. There's your $2 bushcraft knife. Go out and get a couple. It's a great deal. Have a great day, and once again, bye. See ya.